Virgo. It's so lovely to be here with you today, giving you guidance for November 2025. If you're new to my channel, then my name is Linda and I'm in Australia. And so as we go along, we'll have a little chat. But at the moment, what we're asking for is one card from our beautiful guides for our beautiful Virgos. And we're going to ask for the mystery card first. So everyone, this is one card from the Angels, Gods and Goddesses deck. We don't look at it until after the meeting, after the reading. And the reason is because it gives us extra guidance. But the most important thing is it also talks about what we've just talked about. And we haven't even talked about that yet. So it's very interesting. We don't look at it. I don't look at it. And I just put it to one side. And at the end of this reading, when we get to the end, I will have a look at that and give you the guidance the Spirit brings through. So, Virgo, let's have a look, shall we? We're going to ask Spirit for one card from the Radley Valentine deck. This is his Angel Tarot deck. Beautiful deck. This is for our beautiful Virgos. We'd like to ask for one card, and this is going to be the overall energy of November for you, Virgo. What is it that Spirit's saying about the overall energy that you need to take into consideration throughout November? Let's have a look. And we have the Emperor. Oh, this is a beautiful card. Beautiful energy for November. So the Emperor, he's all about organization, logic, very structured, very disciplined, very much leadership. This is an opportunity now in November for you maybe to shine your light and show people just how good you are. It's the number 4. Four is all about our foundations. It's the foundation number. And, this is very much a message about you stepping into this energy now of the Emperor. Stay in control, stay focused, show your strength, show what you're really made of in a great way. The Emperor is also a very caring person. You can go to an Emperor and you can, he'll always be there to give you some guidance, help you to get organized, help you to bring things into play. He'll always be a great boss, leader. So you may be in this position. You may be a boss. You might be you may even get the opportunity in November to step up and be offered this situation. Let's have a look, shall we? We're going to ask now our Spirit for 2 cards for each week of November. So let's have a look at the first week, please. This first week of November for our beautiful Virgos. Oh my goodness, look at this. We've got the Chariot now. This is too powerful. Another major arcana. We have the Tower. That's okay. That's all right. Towers bring change. They bring positive change eventually. You have to sometimes go through the Tower to be able to get to where you're really meant to be. So don't worry. We have you walking away from a situation that's going to lead to, again, opportunity. So that's nothing to worry about, Virgo. That's all right. Sometimes we have to do that. We've got a bit of healing to take place. And decisions. We've got some good decisions about which way we want to head, which is what's best for me. This could also be the card of the worker. This could be the card of the nurse, the doctor, the person who works in the healing industry. This is how my guides and I actually look at this card. In another deck that I use quite a lot, especially on my Sunday night live shows, on my Facebook page, I actually use a deck that I've been using I've been doing that show for about 6 years now. And I use an oracle deck, a bit different to the tarot. And the 3 of Swords, the heart card is actually, we use that to represent those that work in the healing industry. So and it depends on what I'm being told by my guides, when this does come out in this deck. But I just can't help but feel, I've got this intuitive feeling that, this is not about so much about healing the heart as much as it is maybe about the healing work that some of you may do. This is a general reading, Virgo, so not all of you are going to be in that industry, but it doesn't mean to say you're not healing soul, that maybe you need to step into the energy of this Emperor energy throughout November and maybe be that person there who's understanding and caring. And that can also be what this is about. But let's have a look at the beginning, shall we? The beginning of the month. We've got the Chariot. And so the Chariot is all about, taking the reins. Whenever I see this card, I automatically go to a captain sharing a captain, behind the wheel of his boat, his ship, steering the wheel. I don't know why, but the Chariot is just that. It's taken the reins of our life, taking the reins and going in the direction we're meant to go into, because this is an opportunity now to really move forward. And so go with the flow, go with this, because it's an important message for spirit. It is a major arcana, so it's a very powerful message, as is the Tower. And you may need to take action and move forward in this first week because of the Tower. This is a huge week, Virgo. This is really a big, big week, because getting these two together in the same week, what we're looking at here is we are looking at things, we are being forced in some ways here to make these changes, because if we don't, we won't get to where we're meant to go. We won't be taken down that path that we're meant to go down. The Tower brings things into our lives to sometimes upset the apple cart. The Tower is very much about realizing a situation, realizing that I've got to do something about this. I've got to draw a line in the sand, or I've got to bring this situation to an end. And the only way I can do that is by stepping into the shoes of the Chariot. So this is a huge week for you. And what happens in the first week of November is massive, Virgo. And you need to stay organized. You need to get organized to be able to take this move, to make this change. You need to stay in the mind frame of being logical. You need to be logical about this. You need to be structured, and you need to be disciplined. You need to step up and handle this Tower moment, handle this situation. And that could mean having to move away or walk away from a situation, because you have no choice. You have no choice here. And even, there's going to be a lot to do. This is really also, this Tower is also bringing in lots of things that, you're going to have to juggle. So the second week, to be able to move away and it's going to cause, maybe a little bit of turmoil. And you're going to find yourself, gosh, what do I do first? What, I've got so much to do. And it can be, a topsy-turvy week. The second week of November could be a bit topsy-turvy. And so you're going to be like this, should I do this? Should I? And also, Pentacles, we are talking about your finances here as well, not just the energy of the week or the circumstances of this week. You're thinking about your finances, you're trying to work out a balance that you can move ahead. And this is not something that you really want to do, but this is not having a choice. This is the only way to go if I'm going to move forward. And this can also be you moving away so that you can step into this leadership role, moving away from something. Maybe the timing is not quite what you want, but if I don't do it now, then I'm going to miss out on this. And we don't want to miss out on opportunity, do we? So big decisions, Virgo, in this first couple of weeks of November. You've got a few things coming up out of, not, you may not expect this. It could be all of a sudden, could be an overnight thing, but that's going to throw you into a little bit of, oh my goodness. But the thing is this, Virgo, we've got Mercury retrograde. It's starting to move in. It's going to be its most powerful between the 9th of November and the 29th, when it then starts, the shadow starts to leave. But the shadows are also coming in here at the end of October. And so a lot of us, myself included, I'm a Scorpio and I've just done the Scorpio reading. We're getting the Tower. There's quite a lot of the star signs for November have actually got this Tower card. And that's because Mercury retrograde actually brings a lot of things to the surface, and it brings, all sorts of truths out. And conversations, difficult conversations that can sometimes lead to change. And so, but the most important thing to realize is that the Tower card is necessary. Very often, in fact, every time really, we're faced with this Tower card and we have to act. We're forced into having to make change or forced into having to move or make decisions. The universe very often is brings this in. It's very often an act of spirit, because what this is the tower, is the here. This situation is here to take you to where you're really meant to be going. And when we look back at the tower moments, we nearly always say, if that hadn't have happened, if I hadn't have done that, if I hadn't have acted on that, if I hadn't have changed that, I wouldn't be where I am today. And where I am today is in the right place. So, in many ways, what we need to do is these changes, these things that are coming up in this first week, Virgo, just stay in control, take the reins, and steer the ship in the direction you wish to go. And that could be having to make an emotional move or even move. You may not have a choice, but you have the power of the Emperor. It isn't like you can't do this, because you are organized. You're a Virgo, you're organized, you're very logical, you're very wise, you're very disciplined and structured in all areas of your life. So this card is very much the energy of you. So step up, take the reins, take the role. And in the last couple of weeks, yeah, you've got this decision, but you've got an opportunity, big opportunity here as well. This is all, Pentacles opportunity and around your finances. And in this last week, this is you now standing your ground. This is you standing your ground, and staying in the energy of this Emperor. This guy here, he's not going to let these people pull him down. No, he's risen above that. He's risen above all of this. This is career, this is work, business. Wands represent, how we make a living. And so this is a month that, it's there's a lot going on. There's lots of but if you make the right choice, if you look at things differently, look at things from a place of, what is this taking me to? Where is this leading me? This is not a time to put up any barriers. This is not a time to shut yourself off. This is a time to look into things properly. Just look into the whole situation and be open to the opportunities here, the opportunities around you, because this is opportunity. And this could also be a chance to heal. This could be a chance to move forward in a really great way. For some of you, this can be a difficult decision. It can be that, of course, we mustn't ignore the fact that we have got, in the third week, we've got some wands here. Wands is our mindset, our thoughts. She's too much in her head, and she needs to maybe put the barriers down and listen to others, listen maybe to other people, their advice, and look at things differently. And yes, look, we can see, we've definitely got a little bit of, we've got a little bit of difficulty emotionally this month. There's no doubt about that. We can't ignore this. It's there. However, you're going to stay on top of this. You're going to get through this, and you will be able to move forward in a whole new light. I'm going to ask for one more card from the Radley Valentine deck. I just want to ask one more, please, for what this month is also leading to for our beautiful Virgos. I'd like just to ask just for one more, please. Okay, King of Water. So King of Cups. So this is all about opening your heart and mind to those around you. Remember, this is about, the King of Cups. He's very trustworthy. He's a great advisor. He's very understanding and compassionate. And so this is a time maybe when you need to trust your intuition. He's a very powerful intuitive Virgo. So open your heart and mind to those around you. So don't be afraid to be vulnerable and talk about things, discuss things. The Emperor, the King of Cups. This month could be a good time to think things, talk things over with your loved ones. And also just know this, that this is very much a big trusting yourself, having trust for in what the decisions that you're about to make. So um, have faith and trust that you are making the right decision and that you're capable. You're very capable, Virgo, of handling this situation. This is going to take you to a whole new level in the future. You're being asked to be strong. You're being asked to take control. You're being asked to step up because they know that you can. Spirit knows you can do this. There's difficulty here, yes, but you can do it, Virgo. You've got what it takes. And we're going to have a look at the message from our beautiful angels, gods, and goddesses deck. And they've given you the angel of prayer. And they're saying, ask the universe and the angels to help, for help and guidance. So if you have any fears or doubts or anything this month, remember, this is saying to you that we are there for you. The angels are saying, we are here. And so we'll answer your prayers. Now, this is the message for the angel of prayer. You are never alone, nor do you need to tackle or solve everything on your own. The universe, God, goddesses, and the angels are always listening. All you need to do is to ask for their help and guidance. So this is really very much a time of having faith and trust in the process that is taking place here for you in November, Virgo. Prayer does not need to be formal or structured, as has been the tradition for as long in many religions. So what they're saying here is you don't have to sit down and say the Lord's Prayer. You don't have to go into a ritual. All you have to do is just say, I need help, please. That's as simple as that. You may converse with the universe, the gods, the goddesses, and the angels, ascended masters, and all beings of light and love in your own language and in your own way, Virgo. And that's what I do. If I need help, I know they're there around me. And I just say, hey guys, could you listen to what I have to say, please? And I need a bit of help. It's as simple as that. The universal power is your loving friend. The pure essence of creation responds immediately to all your requests. However, due to the universal laws of choice, it will not act or intervene unless it is asked to do so. So we have to be specific when we ask for help. Discuss the current issue along with any other fear or concern you may have with the angel of prayer. And remember, Virgo, too, that very often, we pray and we ask for guidance, and it doesn't always come. We think we haven't been heard, but it's very rare that spirit will leave us high and dry. But when something doesn't go the way we had hoped at that time, sometimes it's because of the timing. Sometimes it's because, well, the spirit realm knows exactly why we're here. They know our journey, they know our purpose. And if we ask for something that would be better for us, in 6 months' time or a year's time sometimes, or a few weeks' time, they will, try very hard to encourage us to feel okay about not getting it that day. And then they will celebrate with you when, in fact, it comes into fruition at the right time. So know that you are being watched over. Know that the spirit realm is here to help you through whatever you're going through this month, the difficulties, and they're there to help you. Just ask, just say, can you please help me with this month? And they will step up. So Virgo, if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, if you're new, the subscription button is here in the corner here. If you'd like to hover over that and just hit the bell, and Bingo, you will get our daily guidance, which we bring to you each and every day, about a 5-minute video with with messages and affirmations. Every 5 days, of course, we do our collective. So this is when every 5 days, on the 5th, 10th, 15th, 20th, and so on and so on, I ask Spirit for some guidance for us all. And that's for the collective. And then, of course, during the month, we bring these to you. So for those of you who do follow us regularly and help us and as subscribers, for those of you who leave, your comments and you do shares and likes, my guidance and I would like to say thank you very much. If you give us a like, if you leave a comment, I'm Linda from Australia. Where are you from? I'd love to hear. If you share our videos, subscribe, you're actually helping us to grow. And we look upon that as your gift back to us for the efforts that we make. And we thank you from the bottom of our heart for your support. We really, really do. It does help us. And it's hard to grow on YouTube these days, but many of you are helping us and we are growing slowly. And so we're very pleased about that. We've reached a couple of accomplishments. So that's really, really good. So, Virgo, take care. Interesting month. I'd love to hear from you, especially, when you read this, let me know what this is all about in this first couple of weeks with you. I'd like to know how this is affecting you. And don't forget, you've got the overall energy. Spirit said you have the energy of the Emperor here. Stay organized, stay logical. Remember that there are people here, there could be somebody here that could also help you, guide you through this journey and take you to the other end of November. So look after yourself, Virgo. It's been lovely to be with you today, and I look forward to catching up with you again very soon. So bye-bye for now.